Hello, truth seekers. Lawrence here, and welcome to Easy Enlightenment. So, today, to create an inward journey, I invite you to simply witness yourself. Witness yourself without, manipulating the body, without adding any layers in your mind. Just simply sit with yourself. So this way, you can be the focal point rather than, adding something in your mind and focusing on the external focal point. When we add something, we are, concentrating on something, and that something is going to give us the experience, Yes, within that experience, we are moving from the complexity of the mind towards the simplicity, and also it helps us to anchor the awareness in us. Any technique will help us to, anchor the focus in us. But what is the journey after that? The journey is about figuring out the plain sight truth within, so we can be free from our conflict, the mental conflict and a fear. So to get to the plain sight truth, we cannot, cling on to the external focal point. That itself is the limitation we are creating for ourselves. To figure out the truth, we cannot hold on to anything. So when we can do that, then we can start the real journey in the self-inquiry approach. So just simply witnessing ourselves is the way to, be anchored in oneself, and also anchoring the awareness in us, so the awareness is not moving out to participate in anything. Because we need that awareness in the inquiry practice in dismantling the mind. So just sit with yourself, just witness yourself. And while you're witnessing, you'll start to see the mind resurfacing in you, And when the mind resurfaces an idea, notice how that idea will bring the feelings in you, maybe the feelings of like, feelings of dislike. And when the feeling comes in, we tend to narrate on that feeling, or we imagine on that feeling, or we resist the feeling, especially when we don't like it, we don't like the idea, that we resist that idea and feeling. I invite you to not to resist, and also not to narrate. You just simply sit and witness it, right? And once you see it, this is where you start the journey. Whatever comes in you as an idea or feeling, you ask yourself, why do I resist this idea or feeling? Or why do I associate? Why do I like this feeling, this idea? That's it. You ask yourself why, and allow the why to help you retrace the mind. And when you ask yourself, why do I hate it? Why do I love it? That why is gonna trigger you to, give the answer for that why, right? And whatever answer is gonna come in you, now ask yourself why that idea is important, or why I'm associating with this answer. And now when you ask this kind of question, now from that answer you can trace to another answer. You simply keep asking why is it important, or why do I associate with it, why do I like it. If you do that, it will take you back to figure out the root cause of the, why you like something in the first place, and why do you hate something in the first place. The why is gonna help you figure out the root cause of the likes and dislikes. And that root itself is an ingrained belief in you for liking and disliking, welcoming and rejecting. So that ingrained belief has to be dismantled. So you ask yourself why there, because the truth is, figuring out how the truth is about dissolving the ingrained belief altogether, so that we can again see the plain sight truth. So once you figure out the root cause of the surface fluctuation, you go further in dismantling on the root as well, just simply sitting with the why, and this is where the fear starts to come in, because that ingrained belief itself is the comfort provider, that itself is, creating the boundary in a way that, our life stays with comfort. So we're not living in uncertainty. We're pushing out the uncertainty of life because of that ingrained root, that belief. And to be free, we have to, dismantle that as well. And that's the way to figure out the truth. So anyway, first, you today just sit with yourself without inviting anything. Just witness yourself, okay? Without manipulating your breath, without manipulating your body, without manipulating your mind. Just sit with it, And this will be a tremendous help, because witnessing yourself is the foundation for the journey, Learning to sit with yourself. Witnessing gives you that. And just this witnessing itself will calm you. Your body will settle. Your mind will settle, And, again, this itself is a good foundation for the inward journey, because you are witnessing yourself first. Yes, there are a few things needed to be done, but witnessing itself is a good start. If you can learn to invite this and sit with this, this itself is a first inward journey. You're forgetting the world and remembering yourself, to sit with yourself. And this, again, will help us to, prolong the inward journey later. Because if you cannot sit with yourself, witnessing yourself without nothing, how can we go in the inward journey and prolong the inward journey in dismantling? Right? Because we have so much conditioning, the body and mind conditioning in us. The conditioning just becomes a trigger point to move out in the world, to participate in the world, because the world is about coloring, about fun, there's a drama, there's a fear, there's a pain as well, but the world has that luring aspect to be part of the, that aliveness, the dynamic quality is there. So we just bounce out to that world. So but also, we know that inward journey is a way to be free, but we are not able to sit with ourselves. Then there's a, problem. So witnessing ourselves, sitting with ourselves without inviting any focal point in the mind and body is a great start. Again, the reason I don't want you to invite any focal point in the mind or a body is because when you do that, you're still holding the layer, Yes, it definitely anchors you to move again from the complexity of the mind to the simplicity, but that simplicity also gives you the experience, adds coloring in your consciousness, you know. And that's why, you know, I invite you to, stop coloring and just sit with yourself so we can see the fluctuation of the mind, happening, and then we can work on the mind. Anyway, start, with this journey today, just simply sit with yourself, okay? And if you can't sit with yourself, you can also ask yourself why I cannot sit with myself without adding any layers. What's the reason for not able to sit with myself? All right? You can also start there. But just sit with yourself. That will be the start. And it will be a great foundation. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. Hope you're enjoying the tracing back work. Yeah, if you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, take care for now. See you in the next video. Bye.